Good morning. Monday morning, May 3rd. Welcome. Hey, the first name I see is Katya Myers. Kyle and Katya, welcome. All the way from India, welcome this evening for you. Stephanie Ellis, good morning. Barbara Richardson, good to see you all. Good morning. Let's see what other names pop up. We're in Psalm 3, by the way, today. We're going to jump around a little bit. Mike, my brother, Mike and Kim, good to see you. Steve and Andrea, Lori Cares, good morning, everybody. Jim and Kathy, welcome this morning. Good morning, Mom, good to see you. Carmen, Lego, good morning. Now, we've done Psalm 3 before, but it just felt right today, along with some other things that God had on my mind. So I'm just going to read parts of the psalm, then I'm going to do some other references as well. Debbie King, good morning. Brandy Andcar, good morning to you. Psalm 3. This is a psalm of David. And like many psalms, morning, Barbara Del Rio. Good to see you this morning. Like many psalms, there's trouble afoot, and the psalmist is learning to trust God and find a sense of peace in the midst of that trouble, and which is not uncommon to life, right? So the first part is telling us about the trouble. So chapter 3, Psalm 3, rather. Verse 1 says, O Lord, how many are my foes? Many are rising against me. Many are saying of my soul, there is no salvation for him in God. Everything is, I have these challenges in my life. And those challenges, if they could speak, they would say to me, you're not going to make it. You might as well give up now. Life is just better somewhere else, not wherever you are. That's not where life is good right now. So whatever it is, whatever challenge, right? But here's David's response. Verse 3, But you, O Lord, are a shield about me, my glory and the lifter of my head. I cried aloud to the Lord, and he answered me from his holy hill. And so, facing challenges, the psalmist turns to God, the source of strength, and he finds encouragement. He finds some sense of peace in that as he turns to God. So he's making a conscious decision to say, I'm going to put my eyes and focus and trust in God alone. He's my glory. He's going to lift my head. He's going to answer me from his holy hill. He's going to, I can trust in the fact that God hears my prayer and he's going to answer it. So after crying out to God, he goes to bed. Verse 5, I lay down and slept. I woke again, for the Lord sustained me. In other words, he could have a good night's sleep after crying out to God, God, this is yours. All this stuff that I'm facing, it's you. It's on you. You're going to carry my burden. You're the one who's going to bear the weight that I'm feeling, or at least help me bear it, give me strength, those types of things. And he's able to go to bed and sleep, a sign of peacefulness. And he awakes, the Lord's still there, and I'm not going to be afraid of the many thousands of people who have set themselves against me all around. So I think it's an important distinction to say, there's an enemy encamped against me. I'm going to trust in God. I'm going to trust him, and I'm going to have a sense of his presence so that when I go to bed, I can actually sleep. Though I wake up, I'm still alive, and my enemy is still surrounding me. The problem hasn't gone away. The challenges of this world, the weight I'm bearing in this life, it's still there when I wake up, but at least I could get a good night's sleep knowing God is my shield. He is the one I can cry out to. He's going to answer. And though I wake up, I'm still alive. God, you sustained me all night long. And yep, my enemy, as I look out the window, they're still there. My challenges are still there. And he asks again in verse 7, Arise, O Lord, save me, O my God. And he concludes in verse 8, Salvation belongs to the Lord. Your blessing be on your people. And so it's this idea of ongoing trust while the challenge or the difficulty or the whatever it is that creates a burden in our heart remains. It doesn't go away. When we cry out to God and He answers us, it's not always in the sense of making the problems go away, making the challenge go away, making the anxiety or feeling of anxiety. That's where we can sleep, right? Because we do get relieved of that. But the actual thing that is concerning us, it remains. And yet we can find peace in the midst of that. On Sunday, we sang a hymn that is familiar to probably most of us, entitled, "It Is Well." And as I read this psalm, that hymn that we sang yesterday came to mind. And when peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll. So you have two experiences in life. One is the peaceful river, that's flowing by, and I'm just enjoying the tranquility of the moment. The other is the trouble, the sea billows, when sorrow like sea billows roll, So there's two experiences. One, peace attending my way, and the other is sorrow, being stirred up like big waves in the sea. Whatever my lot, whatever my life experience on one end or the other, you have taught me to say, this is the second part of this first verse of this hymn, you have taught me to say, it is well, O my soul. I love those words because it acknowledges that in life we have this experience of, sometimes we experience a sense of our life circumstances being very peaceful and tranquil and pleasant. And then other times our life circumstances are filled with sorrow and difficulty and trouble. And the writer of this hymn is saying, hey, whatever my lot, whatever I'm experiencing, whether peace or sorrow, God has taught me to say, it is well. And it's not that we're just saying the phrase, it is well. The idea of being taught here makes me think, again, of Philippians chapter 4. So Paul also was taught in the very same way, and I can't imagine Philippians 4 not being in the mind of the hymn writer of It Is Well, to guide him in penning those words. And some of us know the circumstances that he had just lost his family, and he was working through the sorrow of that experience. And let me get to Philippians here. And Paul is talking about when peace attends his way or when sorrow attends his way, when hunger attends his way or he's well filled, when he has plenty or he's in want. He has learned the secret of contentment. He can say, it is well with my soul. And I just want you to catch the one of the words Paul uses is learning. God is teaching. Same with the hymn writer. So look at, this is chapter 4, verse 11. It says, I have learned, there's our word that I want to kind of watch for. I have learned in whatever situation I am to be content. I know how to be brought low, and I know how to abound. There's our hymn again. I know when peace attends my way or sorrow. I know in any and every circumstance I have learned, there's our word again, the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need. I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. So I'm circling back around to Psalm 3. David certainly knows times of plenty, times of peace, and at this point in Psalm 3, he's experiencing times of want, times of hunger. There's an enemy encamped around him, and he has learned, God has taught him the secret of being so contented, even in that midst of that situation, that he can go down and sleep. He wakes up, hey, the problem's still there, but I trust in the Lord, and I'm going to ask Him again today. God, give me strength for today. I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. David knows the source of his strength. And he has learned. How do we learn anything? We learn it by practice. We practice in times of hunger, in times of want, in times of struggle, to lean into the Lord, who has promised us he will never leave us or forsake us. He will give us strength to endure. He will give us peace beyond all understanding. And so we grow and learn to be comfortable. I've said this several times, to be comfortable while we are uncomfortable or in our discomfort. I think that's one of the benefits of fasting. I've said that before. It's this active way that our body is signaling to us, I am uncomfortable. I want to be satisfied. I want the satiation of a full stomach. Our body is communicating that, and our mind is training our heart, our flesh, to say, you know what? It's okay. It's okay that we feel this way. We're not going to die. It's okay that we feel uncomfortable. We are learning to find contentment in the midst of hunger. And we're placing our attention, our eyes, our focus on the satisfaction, the true satisfaction that only Jesus can bring. And while we are learning to trust in the Lord and learn that satisfaction, our body still tells us, hey, I'm hungry. I didn't stop being hungry because you prayed that prayer. And so it's this constant tension between what our life circumstance actually is and our heart's sense of finding contentment and peace in the midst of that discomfort, in the midst of that life circumstance. And the only way we can really learn it, again, there's our word, learn, is practice. We have to practice it. I coached volleyball for 20 years, and this was something I had to train our athletes over and over and over. And this is why we do drills. This is why we're doing conditioning. You're uncomfortable. You're learning something new. It's not coming easily. You're getting frustrated. We learn by practicing and going through these drills so that when you're out there on the court game time, you will have acquired the skills to succeed in that moment. And it takes time. It takes the course of a season. It takes the course of many, many seasons in a particular sport to hone these skills. And you must persevere. You must, stay at it. And there's the voice of the coach there saying, you can do it. I'm giving you information. I'm training you to be able to be successful out there as a part of a team and against an adversary. I feel like God is my coach, telling me, he's teaching me in times of discomfort to say, you can do this. I am here. I'm giving you a strategy for success. And you are building this ability to have peace and to say, it is well with my soul, whether I'm experiencing times of peace like a river flowing in my life, or sorrow like sea billows, like giant waves crashing in my life. I can be either way and say, God, because God has taught me to say, it is well. So what is God teaching us today? I pray that he is teaching your heart to be content and to find strength in him as we learn to trust and to rest in him alone. And so be blessed today, and happy Monday, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless.